Hi there, welcome to my craft room. I have a full pot of coffee today, so I'm going to get some stuff done. But first, I am going to create a design from scratch in Cricut Design Space, as I did look in Cricut Design Space for a design for me to use, and I also looked at Creative Fabrica, and there was not one that I really loved. So we are going to go into Design Space and create something from scratch. So here is my inspiration. You here found this t-shirt at Target, and my husband was like, "Ooh, I like that." My husband has way too many t-shirts, you guys. He does not. He made a pact that for every one t-shirt he buys, he has to get rid of two, because I'm done having an entire drawer full of his t-shirts, and he only wears the same like 5 to 10 shirts all the time. Sometimes I just don't do laundry for an extended period of time to see if he'll wear a different t-shirt. The answer is no. Anyways, but with that being said, I'm still going to design this from scratch and give him another t-shirt. Now, I probably won't make him get rid of two t-shirts when he receives this, as we're going to give this to him as a Father's Day gift, but I don't know, only time will tell. So if you're interested in seeing how I make this design on my own from scratch in Cricut Design Space, stay tuned, because that's what we're going to do. Okay, so now we're in Cricut Design Space. I have a blank canvas, and I'm just going to add a text box for kind of the basic elements of this are going to be a text box that says Top Dad. And then I also need a shape of the star. And I'll need to multiply or duplicate that. But first I want to figure out, I need to go find my fighter jet that I want to put in here. Plus I want to then figure out what font I want to use. So let's go look at images over here. And I'm just going to type in here fighter jet. Okay. So I do have Cricut access. So I have access for free to a lot of images that not everyone would have access to. So there is one particular one that I have found that I do really, really like. Let's see if I can find it again. It was kind of down here a ways. Let's see if I can find it again. I think it was this one. I should have bookmarked it. But let's go ahead and add that one to the canvas. I think that's the one. If not, you know what? It's close enough. I'm going to go ahead and add that to canvas. But before I do that, I want to just go ahead and scroll to the top and just click this button here for free. So if you wanted to do this and you don't have Cricut access or you don't want to pay the 99 cents for one of those jet images, clip art things, then you could come here and still look up fighter jet, click free, and then these are the options that you do have. This is a carrot, not a fighter jet, but that's fine. But here's an airplane. You could definitely just use that airplane as the fighter jet, and it looks like that might be your only option, really, for free. So you could use either this one, this airplane, or this airplane. But perhaps you're designing for someone that does drive a helicopter. So maybe you want to change out that fighter jet to be a helicopter. And you could really put any image in there, but we're going to stick with the fighter jet that I found that is 99 cents, or for people like myself that pay a monthly membership fee, it is free. we prepay for it through our membership or what have you. Okay, so this plus some lines that I'll put in a little bit later once I get everything sized up. It's really all I need to make this design. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go over to Color Sync, and I'm going to grab these things, and I'm just going to move them up so that they are also all the same, like bold black color. Okay, so obviously these are not the size that I want. The image itself is probably going to be about 10 inches wide. So I'm going to go ahead and change the width of this text to be 10, just for designing purposes. And then that is the fighter jet that would be sitting on top of that. I'm going to make this smaller. Again, I'm kind of using my inspiration t-shirt that I saw at Target as my inspiration here. I feel like that's the center, like between the two words, but I don't know. So I'm going to highlight both of them. I'm going to go up here and let's hit align center horizontally, and it moved it over. Okay. So the question is, do I like this font? I mean, it's not bad, but I do think there is a better font. I found this font, if I can spell it correctly, that I think I liked better. It's not so... I've overthought this already. I really have. I've looked at so many different fonts and so many different things, and this is the one that I landed on that I liked, and it's called Broadway. Let's see. And it looks like it's a font inside my system. So I do have a PC, so perhaps you have this same font in your system. You could look here at the different Cricut fonts. And again, when it has this A next to it, that is available for Cricut Access members. But if it doesn't have the A next to it, it is a free font. So if you do want to filter this by only the free fonts, you can come up here to this filter icon and hit free. Except now I've made it go away. So hold on. Cricut, we're in Cricut fonts, and we're going to go to here and free fonts that are in Cricut. Why is this saying nothing? Free. Okay. So we have one filter on. You can see that up here. I don't know why this Cricut Access one is here, but I selected free. So these are the other fonts you could use if you didn't have Cricut Access. This one might be okay. It looks like that one might be okay to use. You could, if you want it to be more blocky, you could kind of slice that part of it out if you wanted to. But I'm going to stick with my Broadway font from my system. And that kind of makes, so with the fonts, when you're adjusting them, they're going to go by font size, not the width and height you've placed over here. So for this, I want to go back and I want to change my width to 10 inches. Hit enter to change that. And then I'm going to highlight both of these two again, and I'm going to align horizontally. So now we have that kind of middle ground here. Okay, so now I want to kind of see how big of a star do I want to use in this design. I almost feel like this is still too big. Honestly, something more like that. So I'm again gonna align horizontally now that I have resized all of that. Okay, so now this star is gonna go here. It's gonna be pretty small. Okay, so I like that because really the main focus of this shirt is the text of Top Dad, and everything else is sort of just kind of creating the feelings behind that text. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create, I'm going to duplicate this 6 times. Right, so I'm going to hit Control D on my keyboard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So I have this one positioned here where I want it. And then the next one, I do want it to kind of be in a circle, but it doesn't go all the way out in the design, my inspiration design. The circle doesn't start here. It starts kind of in that second letter. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of eyeball that, I guess, for right now. Let's put these in here. Okay. So the other thing I'm kind of noticing in my design is these stars, their feet, let's call them their feet, for lack of a better word, are facing this fighter jet. So I just wanted to rotate this a little bit. Again, so those feet are kind of facing that fighter jet like that. And that kind of makes it feel more circular for some reason. So I'm going to do that here. And trying to get my little arrow guys there to kind of move that. And then this the same way. Okay, so does that feel like a circle? That's the question. I'm going to just play around with this for a minute to make it feel more circular. And this is where, I mean, right, the devil's in the details. You could spend hours making this perfect, right? But sometimes you just gotta say enough is enough. Looks good enough to me. I'm gonna move this down just a tad. This over just a tad. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go over to my layers panel. And I'm gonna select all my stars by holding down the Control key. I'm selecting all my stars because these are kind of the same size that I want. They're the same number that I want for the bottom half. So I'm going to go ahead and, select all of those, and I'm going to do Control D again. Maybe. Okay, well, it didn't work, so I'm just going to go ahead and up here where it says duplicate. I'm going to hit duplicate, and I duplicated it. And now I'm going to grab them, and I'm going to drag them down here. And I'm going to, since they're all selected, still, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip vertically. Okay, that did not do what I wanted it to do at all. So let's try that again. Let's try and connect all of these. And we're going to flip horizontally. No? Okay, well, maybe being able to flip it is not going to work. So I'm going to have to do this by hand. But I have them all the same size as I have on top as well. So I guess I'm just going to start from kind of the bottom here and work my way. Here, this is here. Da, 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 da. I probably should have tried to, here, I'm going to highlight everything. And I'm going to move the center of that fighter jet right onto this line right there. So that will help me kind of just get everything lined up. Okay, because I can put my star here, and I do want to move its feet so that they're kind of facing that direction again. Okay, so that's my center line there. This one is here, here. Kind of needs to move forward. Let's move my feet on this one. And then move my feet on this one to kind of make it a circle. Okay, so it's kind of a circle now. If I look back at it, does it feel like a circle? Not really, I need to make this a little bit. Okay, so what I need to add a couple of lines here anyways. So let's go ahead and bring this down here and rotate it a little bit more so that it's like that. Right? There, there, there. Okay, kind of. Let's see here. Just get it to my feet. And I'll bring this one down to the same. So I'm lining it up to this line right here on the design. And the feet are going to kind of face each other. This needs to get moved out to that line a little bit. Okay, let's add the line underneath top dad and we will work on that. Okay, so I'm gonna go into my shapes and I'm gonna pick a rounded rectangle. So first things first, I'm gonna color sync this so that it is also black. So I'm gonna grab the rectangle and I'm gonna drag it up here to here. Okay, so now it's black. I'm going to unlock the rectangle up here and I'm going to make its width be 10, which is the same length as the top dad. And I'm going to make its height be 0.5. About 0.05. That might actually be a little, almost too small. So let's make this 0.1. That's probably good. Okay, so the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move this because in my design, it kind of stops right there at the D, but it kind of curves like it curves there. So what I'm going to do, and then it kind of touches, it starts right where the T starts. So I'm going to zoom in to get these details correct. Okay. So I want it to start where the T is, like that, and a little bit where the D is curving. And I'm going to go ahead and hit duplicate and duplicate. And in my design, there's only 1 and kind of a half lines, but in this or my inspiration, I should say. But in here, I'm going to do 3 lines. Why? I don't know. I just want to. Okay. So I have my 3 lines there. I'm going to go ahead and select all 3 of those lines. Try and do it without selecting the text. And I'm going to align these to the left so that they all start right here. Now what I want it to kind of curve here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a shape. I'm going to grab a circle and make it smaller. And kind of want it to curve like that, like there. Make this smaller. I'll just make it less. Okay, I want to make this bigger. Okay. I also feel like this is a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and highlight it, and I'm just going to use my arrow keys on here to bring it up a little bit further. And I'm going to use my arrow key here to bring that one up a little bit so that those, and again, I'm just using my eye. I don't have any measurement tools or anything like that. I just make that looks like the spacing is the same between all of them. Crossing my fingers. Okay, so I have this. I'm going to scooch this over here. So I have this here, and I'm going to just utilize. Okay. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to hit Shift, and I'm going to select the circle. And then I'm going to go over to layers. So with only 2 items selected, I can use this slice tool. And so I'm going to go ahead and hit slice. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to do this again. I'm going to select the second line and I'm going to hit shift and I'm going to select the circle. So again, I have only 2 things selected and I can hit slice. And then I'm going to select the third line and hit and select the circle so that I only have 2 things selected and I can hit slice. Now I can go ahead and select the circle and hit delete. I can select this tiny portion here and hit delete. Hit it again and delete, delete, delete. Because what I'm doing is I am deleting the sliced portion of this curve that I just made. Yes, that is fine. I will go with that. So the other thing that is in my design that I haven't added yet is an additional star. So I'm going to go ahead and hit duplicate here. I've duplicated this star and I'm just going to make it upright to 0 degrees. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger because this star is bigger than the others. So I'm just going to put it right here like that. What I'm going to do is I want to do kind of what I did before where I sliced this star out of these lines, but I want there to be a little bit of a gap between the star and the line. So I'm going to go up here with the star selected and I'm going to make an offset. And I'm going to make the offset corners square or sharp. And I'm going to make this offset a lot smaller than this. So let's try 0.5. And it should adjust when you put that in there. It should adjust what you're looking at here. And I think that is actually pretty good. The only thing I'm concerned about is I don't want the top line to be sliced all the way through. So I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the star and the offset. I've selected them both over here on my layers panel. And I'm going to move them both down just a tad so that that offset, if you can tell, I can zoom in here, that offset doesn't go through. Let me do this a little bit further down. Move this further down even. There. So that this top line, you'll see when I finish it. Okay, so now I'm going to select the star, and you'll see over here that I have the star, not the offset selected. Now I'm going to go ahead and move that out of the way. Now I just have the offset here and these lines. So I'm going to do similar to what I did with the circle. I'm going to select the top one, and I'm going to hit Control, and I'm going to hit select the star. So over here, you'll see this is the slice result because it's the remaining portion of that rectangle plus the star. And so again, I only have 2 things selected so that I can hit slice. Then I'm going to do it again with this middle line. And I'm going to hit Control and select the star. Oh, I want this line and the star. And I'm going to hit slice. And then I'm going to hit the last line and the star. And I'm going to hit slice. So now I have the slice result, which is the slice result of the offset, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and hit delete on my keyboard. I'm going to delete that out. And then similar to what I did with the circles, I'm going to go up here and find the gray, and I'm going to delete that, delete, 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 delete. And then I'm going to try and move my star in here just so. And it's going to be hard to find the perfect spot for it, but I think I got it in there pretty good. And if you need to zoom in to kind of figure that stuff out, do it. Absolutely do it. Okay, so now I'm going to zoom back out here. There we go. Okay. So now we are zoomed out to 100%, and we have that star in the middle. You know what I didn't do though, which I should have done, is I probably, okay, before you do all that slicing, you should select the fighter jet. Well, probably not the fighter jet, but at least this and the star, and then align horizontally, because you want that to be in the center. Now, as you can see, I did not do that, so my star is not in the center. Now, the other thing I could have done to make sure my star was in the center is similar to me lining this fighter jet up with this line right here. I could have lined up the top of the star right here. But I didn't do those things. So I can go back and I can go undo, 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 until I get back to here. And now I'm going to select, not that, I'm going to undo that. I'm going to select this. I'm going to select, no, just the text and the star and the offset. And I'm going to now align horizontally. So now that star is in the center. So now we can go ahead and do what we did before, and everything will be all lined up. So I'm going to take that off to the side. I'm going to select this top line, and I'm going to select the star, and I'm going to hit slice. Now I'm going to select the middle line and the star, and I'm going to hit slice. Select the bottom line and the bottom line and the star, and I'm going to hit slice. Now I'm going to select the star again, and now it says it's a slice result, as it wasn't offset before, but now it's been sliced, so it's the result of slicing. So I'm going to go ahead and hit delete. And I purposely kept that offset a different color than the deep black because I wanted to know the difference between the components that I will be using and then the offset. So then the offset slices are going to still be gray. I will delete that, and I'll select it again, and I'll delete the remaining slice like that. And then I will put that there like that. Okay, now I'm going to back out again. Okay, and that looks great, right? I mean, it's you can fidget with it a little bit more, or not, or what have you. You can change again. You can use whatever font you want. You could do whatever you want. You don't have to do the bottom stars if you don't want to. If it makes it does kind of look like an oval, not a circle. But the last thing you need to do before you make this is go ahead and highlight everything and go ahead and hit attach. Since we're cutting everything out in the same color, attaching it so that it prints correctly at this right size and all of that, so that it prints correctly in the center. I mean, so when you go to make it, everything's where it needs to be, not just a line of stars and you have to figure it out on the shirt as you're making it. I'm not making any sense, am I? So let's just go ahead and make. Okay, so right now, because it's attached, the design is how we see it in Design Space. Now, when I'm looking at it here, I do feel like these stars aren't quite like, I don't know. It looks a little oblong to me, not circular, but sometimes you just gotta run with it, right? So, but without attaching it, let's cancel this cut. And let's say I didn't attach it. I'm going to go ahead and detach down here, right? So if I go to make it, you're going to have all of your stars and then all of your lines and then your text. And then you're just going to be like, why would I spend all that time? Why would I spend all that time figuring out this design and then have to just figure it out again when I'm putting it on the t-shirt, right? So just make sure that you attach it. The other thing you want to make sure that you do when you're in this screen, so let me go back, cancel that, attach all of this, attach, and go into make. We are using this, we're ironing this on a shirt. So we do want to make sure that we go over here and we mirror our image. Okay. And when we're putting our iron-on vinyl on the mat, we want it to be shiny side down. Or if you're using like a glitter vinyl, glitter side down. And so, but ultimately, we just, I don't know how long this took, 30 minutes-ish to, well, took a little longer than 30 minutes because I did overthink picking out which fighter jet to use, and I did overthink which font to use, which I did not bring you along in that process of overthinking things. But you can make those decisions on your own and kind of figure all of that out. You don't need to sit here and watch me hem and haw over which font to use for however long. I'm not even going to admit to how long it took to figure all that stuff out. So I like the font that I picked, the Broadway font, which again is one of the system fonts that I have. I don't remember downloading that one, so I think it's just in my computer from, Microsoft Office, maybe? I don't know. So check it out. And I hope that me walking through this process of making a pretty relatively intricate, but single like level, single color design really gave you some confidence that you can also make these designs too. So if you had fun making this design with me, definitely hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, definitely hit subscribe because I'm not going anywhere and I love doing this stuff. So up next, we're going to actually cut it out and we're going to put it on a shirt. So stay tuned. If you want to watch me put on a shirt, don't leave yet. Should be almost done cutting over here. My heat press. My temperature on here is 315, which is what I want for 30 seconds. Push that. Garbage can real quick. Grab my heat mat here, put this to the side. Looks like I still need to get this off of here, so I will. I'm also going to go ahead and remove this. Let me find my scissors. So this is a Target shirt. You've seen me use these before. I did a video for my uncle. But I love they're just so soft, and I just really, really like them I like the shirt as a t-shirt. And so it's soft, and they're a little probably more expensive than just getting some t-shirts at Michael's, especially if the shirts at Michael's are on sale. But I think it's worth it, especially since my Michael's is a little bit further away. I have to, drive 30 plus minutes versus 10 just going into our small little town to go to Target. So, okay, I'm going to just let roll this because it's really dark, and I'm putting a light on here. I just want to make sure that it adheres. Woo. Okay, just a little bit of lint. Okay, I'm going to preheat this. Oops. 25 minutes. .5 minutes, 5 seconds. Oh, goodness. Okay. It's been a long day and it's still morning. Okay. So I'll lay that down. Make sure that I get the right spot on the collar there. Okay. Having this square on my shirt really helps me get everything kind of aligned also. So I do feel like that is helpful. Step 1, get the heat mat aligned underneath. Oh no. Okay. So I do keep my, even my sheets of vinyl, I do keep them rolled up in like a bin. So it does. Okay. So this is gonna throw me off. I need to cut this. This extra right here on this side is gonna make me want to, get it centered. Not correctly. Okay. So top dad. So let's focus on this top, this. Okay, let's make sure it's not wrinkled underneath. Okay, I'm just gonna get this into the garbage can real quick. Grab my heat mat here. Put this to the side. Looks like I still need to get this off of here. So I will. I'm also going to go ahead and remove this. I can find my scissors. So this is a Target shirt. You've seen me use these before. I did a video for my uncle. But I love, they're just so soft, and I just really, really like them I like the shirt as a t-shirt. And so it's soft and it's nice and flat. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to pull this up. I kind of like to put it on me to just kind of like see, is that straight? Is that flat? Is that where I'd want it to be? Yeah, that seems fine. This feels a little bit low on the collar, but I feel like I've been known for putting my shirts too high, like too close to the collar. So I'm like, hopefully I'm not overcompensating at this moment, but I think this looks good. Like this. Okay, let's do it. So I have a little bit hanging off over here, so I'm going to just move to the side here and I'll do this side separately. Okay. Now I'm just going to remove my heat mat. Ooh, that's extra hot because I did 2 pressings right on top of each other. So hopefully, okay, there we go. I'm going to be very gentle, make sure I got everything, make sure it's coming up well. And I think I did. I think it laid down really well. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and heat the back side of it, just to try and make sure that it's adhered back there too. I really like this. I'm really proud of this, you guys. I mean, I spent way too long hemming and hawing over what the font was going to be and where these were going to be positioned. And like, I did a good job figuring out which one of these fighter jets I was going to choose because I didn't spend too much time doing that. So, but the rest of it, I think it looks really good. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think but I did a good job. Here, let me grab my, show you my inspiration. Here is the shirt that I made for my husband for Father's Day. I think he definitely deserves top dad. He is a great dad, but I just hope he likes it. Oh, I always get so nervous when I'm making things for other people. Like, is it going to be perfect enough for them? Are they going to really like it? Are they going to hate it? I don't know. I put way too much pressure, I feel like, on myself, but I want it to be nice. I want them to like it. So I get a little nervous making things for other people, but here I am doing it anyways. Because you know what? I have fun doing it. And that is also what matters, right? So if you found inspiration in our designing today, then definitely give me a thumbs up. Let me know that that was fun for you to watch. If you want to see more content like this, definitely hit that subscribe button and follow along while I continue to create in my craft room and in my garden and in my kitchen, all for the sake of just finding my sanity and creating that inner peace that is required in all of us to be able to be a good human, right? So, okay, I can't stop staring at it. I love it. I absolutely love it. I might have to even give it to him today, but I will wait. I will wait. I will wait until Father's Day. It's so cute. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. I love it. I hope he loves it as much as I do. And I will let you guys go now so that you can continue on with your day. And I appreciate it, you guys staying until the end. And seriously, like, let me know in the comments. Would your husband like a shirt like this? Would your father, your brother, your spouse? This is pretty cool. I mean, you can do top anything here, right? You could put mom, you could put papa, grams, anything. Especially if someone was in the Air Force, this would be a pretty cool shirt. It doesn't just have to be someone that likes the movie Top Gun. Okay, you guys. Okay, I'm serious. I'm serious this time. I'm going to let you guys go, but I appreciate you staying until the end and chatting with me and listening to me blabber on. But I will see you guys in the next video.